What's going on, guys? Liam here, and team lists for Game 3 of the 2023 State of Origin are out, lads, and it is a mess. It's an absolute mess, and I've got a lot to say about it, so strap yourselves in. So let's go through the team list first. Who's been left out, who's been picked, who's been dropped, injuries, all that good stuff, and I want to see what you guys think about both these teams as well. So we'll just read them out from top to bottom first, then we'll give quick thoughts, and then we'll go over what I think's wrong with predominantly the New South Wales team, or what I would have done a little bit different anyway. And like I said, I genuinely want to think what you guys think as well, but hear me out, and I'd love to hear what you guys think about what I'm saying too, because I don't think I'm wrong, man. Normally I'm like, I think this, but maybe I'm wrong, blah, blah. I genuinely think I'm pretty right here. So let's go. So New South Wales team, Tedesco keeps his spot, Paulo keeps his spot, Bradman best comes in, Stephen Crichton keeps his spot, Addo-Carr, Cody Walker in, Mitchell Moses stays in, Jake Trbojevic, Damien Cook to start, Reagan Campbell-Gillard to start, Liam Martin, Keaon Koloamatangi, Cameron Murray, Isaah Yeo on the bench, Jacob Saifiti, Reece Robson, and Clint Gutherson. Let's move on. AJ Brimson comes in for Reece Walsh, the suspended Reece Walsh. Xavier Coates keeps his spot even though Selwyn Cobbo was fit. Val Holmes comes in. Hammer keeps his spot at the centres there. Tuolangi on the wing. Cam Munster, Cherry Evans, Ruben Cotter, Harry Grant, Big Tino, Dave Fafita, Jeremiah Nanai, Paddy Carrigan, Ben Hunt, Lindsay Collins, Big Mo, and Corey Horsburgh comes in for Flegs. All right, I might just do the Queensland team first just because it's shorter and Billy don't miss and it's pretty damn good. Okay, so initial thoughts is great. Absolutely nothing wrong with it. Billy don't miss, absolutely killed it. If I was going to make a tweak, just a little tweak, I think this team would be a little bit stronger. I probably would have gone Munster to fullback and Dearden in at 6. Someone said on my TikTok video initially, because I've already put the team lists up on there, no need to bring to move Munster. He's the best fullback best number 6 in the world, and I agree. I genuinely think he is, but also think Munster, if he played fullback full time, would be pretty damn close to the best fullback in the world too. Tommy Dearden's a specialist 6, so I believe even though Munster's not a fullback, I'd probably think he does a job there. But having said that, and he's played heaps there as well. It's not like you're just playing him out of position. I'm not mad at it at all. Like, I'm not going to argue the point why that Munster should be there and not Brimson. It's a dope pick. I can't argue. He's a good player. And again, one of the reasons, and I'm going to get into why I don't like the New South Wales team at all, is Billy has a game plan and he picks the players that fit the game plan the best. Simple. Okay, let me break it down real quick. Forwards. Okay, you got your Cotter, you got your Tinos, your Fafitas, no nonsense, hard running, hard tackle, no frills. Nanai's got some footwork, but he won't be doing a ton of the offloading and all that sort of stuff like he does at club. So it's a relatively no frills. Hunt, so I dare say Hunt and Grant will swap or whatever, but either way it doesn't matter. Hunt's going to come on some point of time, shift the point of attack, and he's going to get the outside second rowers and centres involved, and then they have attacking, kicking threats as well with tall, athletic outside backs. Super simple. We know what they're going to do. Knowing what they're going to do and stopping it's a different thing though, but that's what you do. It doesn't matter. It's like MMA. Everyone knew Khabib Nurmagomedov was going to pressure you, take you down, and beat you into oblivion. Like, everyone knew his game plan, but try and stop it, bro. Good luck. No one came close. All right, so then we move on to New South Wales, which again, I did a video saying on my TikTok saying New South Wales, everyone was like, they should have picked this player, they should have picked that player. I wanted to step it back. I said, don't worry about who they're picking. Like, what the hell are they trying to do? What's their game plan? Are they trying to play the Melbourne Storm style? Are they trying to play are they trying to play the Bunny style where they, that crazy outside back line? Or are they trying to play the Penrith style where they back 5 do a lot of the grunt work and then their forwards are more used for defence? What are they trying to do? And again, with this team list, I don't get it. Now, I'll show you the diff. So Billy obviously came through the Melbourne system And that's all he knows, and that's the system he's obviously knows. Like, he's never coached anywhere else. I think he might be using some of the stuff he learnt at 2.5 decades at Melbourne, just a little bit. So Melbourne's philosophy has always been like, we have a game plan and we pick the best players to do that particular job. Okay, so is that player definitely better than some other player that could, like ability-wise? Probably not, but he can do that job the best, and he's going to do it, and that's what you do. Now, I've heard Freddie say this, I've heard Johnsy say this, I've heard Robson say this from the Roosters, Trent Robertson, sorry. You pick your best 17 and find a position for them. I don't agree with that at all. I don't agree with that at all. Like, it does, because then you have, like, what was all the criticism of New South Wales in the first 2 games? No game plan, clunky, didn't work, like, no communication, like, that stuff. What happens when you just slap a bunch of really good guys together, and you see it in basketball a lot. You see those super teams get assembled, and it just doesn't work. And that's why sometimes I honestly think a good club team would beat a rep team a lot of the time, and people don't want to hear it. But I'm like, you know what I mean? Like, Penrith probably would dust up a lot of rep teams. Like, it'd be very interesting to see, like, a full strength Penrith Panthers play Queensland and see how it actually worked out. It would be very interesting, because obviously you have all the systems in place and all that sort of stuff. So with this New South Wales team, again, I don't see any continuity. I mean, Bradman best. I mean, let's have a look at his stats for the year. But, I mean, look, he's been good. 16 appearances, 8 tries, 10 try assists. But look, just remember, 3 of those were yesterday. 2 of those were yesterday. About 10 of those were yesterday. You know what I mean? Like, I think 4 of those were yesterday. You get what I'm saying? Like, you remove yesterday's game against the pathetic Bulldogs. You get what I'm saying? Like, so he had a hat-trick yesterday. I think he had, from memory, 2 or 3 try assists yesterday, and he had 3 or 4 tries, line breaks yesterday. Okay, just like 142 running metres. It's pretty damn solid. Not too bad at all, but I mean, you compare it to Val Holmes. I mean, it's 8 tries again. He got. I mean, look, the numbers aren't that different. Like 5 tries is 10 tackles, so they look pretty damn similar. But again, like Bradman's, he had a lot of them yesterday. I guess Val would have had a lot of them on the weekend too, playing the Tigers. But Val has had a pretty, I'd say, below average season for his lofty highs, and he can get. So it's not like, oh well, he's on like track with a below average Val Holmes. Like Val Holmes, it always steps up in Origin, and it's like Val Holmes definitely has been way down on what he had been, like, for sure, for the whole season. He's been pretty good the last month. But yeah, so I'm not too sure about Bradman best. I honestly feel like Joey and, like, would this guy be in the team if Joey wasn't on the coaching staff? You get what I'm saying? Would Saifiti be in this team if Joey wasn't on the coach? Seriously? Like, come on, man. It's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Crichton, I mean, look, again, I don't think he's been that brilliant, but it's good. Addo-Carr, I think he's been down too. Cody Walker last week, especially in the rain, was absolutely brilliant, and he's been brilliant all year. He had a couple dud games during Latrell being out, but pretty damn good. I mean, Mitch Moses, I don't quite understand the reason why. I genuinely think Mitchell Moses has been getting not fair shake of the stick, but I don't understand why Hines, if you're looking for the future, like, Hines could be a genuine long-term guy there. If Nathan Cleary's in the team, you're not picking Mitchell Moses as well. So why? It's just. But again, like, Mitch Moses has been so elite this year, it's been crazy. As far as Jake and Reagan Campbell-Gillard, I actually don't mind this. In fact, I sort of like this from the State of Origin level better than Haas and Junior Paulo, just because Haas and Paulo don't get meters in Origin, or very few, or just way down. So if you can't get them, you may as well at least stop them. Reagan Campbell-Gillard and Jake Trbojevic are brilliant at stopping meters. And again, for the starting back row lock, I actually really like this. Liam Martin starting. I genuinely probably think he's if not, he's definitely top 3 back row in the comp. Keaon's damn up there too. And Cameron Murray's been good, but I don't know. But again, great line speed. He's probably got better line speed than Isaah Yeo. But then again, we get down to here. Isaah Yeo, I genuinely probably think he is the best lock in the game. Anyone that's played rugby league at a remotely high level, I saw people bashing Isaah Yeo. He doesn't offer much. If you've played not NRL even, just rugby league at a slightly high level, you have no idea how good it is to have a middle link man that can shift the ball from one side of the field to the other in one pass on someone's chest, tackle their ass off, and run great lines and just shift when you shift, get meters in behind the ruck when you need to. Like people that say, Yo's not a good, isn't that great. I can tell have never played rugby league at a remotely high level. Like not even NRL standard. Like I don't think you have to be an NRL player or even like an OK player to talk about footy or even give your opinion on it. But there's sometimes some things get said sometimes and you're like, you've clearly never played before, So, yeah. And Saifiti, I watched him play on the weekend, and I was literally just thinking, like, the Knights were brilliant yesterday. I think he was probably the worst on the park. I don't get it. And Clint Gutherson, I mean, he's been so good, and people are bashing this one, and I'm not bashing it because he's not playing good enough. Clint is playing good enough, and let me show you. Let's have a look. Let's compare Clint Gutherson to Reece Walsh for 1 sec, who everyone's all over this kid's nuts. And I am too. So 14 appearances, 4 tries, 2 goals for Reece Walsh. Let's have a look. 15 tries, 9 goals. Okay, so let's go back to Reece. This is 2023. Okay, so 16 tries, 77 line tackle breaks, 10 line breaks. Okay, let's go to Clint. 9 tries, 47 tackle breaks, 12 line breaks. Okay. Let's go down. Running meters, 164 for Clint per game and 155. So, like, his numbers are brilliant. Like, people don't understand how good. I'll tell you another thing that's so good about Clint is he's so safe under the high ball. He's so damn safe under the high ball. Like, I remember the first time Bulldogs played Parramatta earlier in the year, and Burton was putting monster Burton bombs up, and Gutho didn't look like dropping one. He didn't even look like dropping one, so he's safe as. But again, it gets back to how are they going to play him? Like, what? Like, why? To me, it starts at fullback. I don't have him in the team. Like, I think I would argue, I actually thought AJ Brimson, for example, who's a really good player, but AJ Brimson, I've always said he could be almost as good as Clint one day. Like, he's not even close to Clint's ability, but like, he's been put at fullback, his position where he can play, he knows what to do. What's Clint? He's just going to be sitting on the bench going, what am I going to do? Like, what's going on? Like, am I going to come in? Am I just here for someone gets injured? I don't understand. And someone actually pointed out something pretty funny. New South Wales Blues team has more fullbacks in it than props. Jake Trbojevic isn't a prop. I mean, he can play it, but he's more of a 13 that can play prop. You've got RCG 1, and then you've got Saifiti 2, and you've got Tedesco, Clint Gutherson, and Scott Drinkwater as 18th man. Three fullbacks and 2 props in your team. Awesome. But yeah, that's absolutely bizarre to me. But I just don't get it. So, like I said, New South Wales, I honestly believe, got pumped in this series because zero game plan. You can just go back and watch it. They didn't know what they were doing. I remember even Freddie saying, well, you can't cover every position 1 to 7. I'm like, well, you can. Have you heard of Matt Burton? Like, he's literally played for you before. Matt Burton, again, could... I'm not saying he should have got picked for this game, but say in the first 2, Matt Burton could play 1 through 7, and in a pinch, I think he could play lock or on the second row. So there's literally 2 positions Matt Burton couldn't cover, and that's prop. Well, 1 position, prop. Okay, so I really don't get what he's doing. It's absolutely bizarre to me, man. It's really, really weird. Like, if someone can tell me, drop it in the comments. What is the game plan here? Like, what are they trying to do? You know what I mean? Like, every single player on this list is sick. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's not like every player... Like I think Queensland's going to comfortably win this. I don't think these 17 players are better than all of these 17 players. Not close. But yet, when I look at the teams side by side, I can say with pretty solid confidence that this team should definitely win and probably will. But he's picked the right guys for the right job. There's a clear game plan. And that's how it's going to go down. And that's just honestly what I think. It's absolutely bizarre to me. And like I said, just to reiterate, like that Melbourne way, you have your game plan and you pick the best players you can possibly get to fit those jobs, and you work as a team, and then you mesh it all together and you work as a team. Whereas I feel like Freddie and Joey and Brandy and all that, they're just like, just pick the best players we can and we'll see if we can make it work. It just doesn't, man. It just doesn't. It just really doesn't. But anyway, yeah, I guess for me, the bench is the most confusing part to me. I mean, look, someone actually said it on TikTok, I don't see many meters in this forward pack. I wouldn't be surprised if Spencer comes in for Clint. And I wouldn't either. But yeah, it's odd, man. It's odd. Like, one prop on the bench and one on the field. I mean, can you imagine if RCG goes down? Like, there is no meters left. Because Jake's more a defensive guy. He can get you some meters. You know, you'll run for 6-7 meters a hit up, get up and play the ball quickly. But yeah, it's just bizarre to me, man. It's just such a weird team he's picked. Anyway, and yeah. So what do you do now? Just to defend Freddie a bit. He's had a much harder selection process with injuries and suspensions and all this sort of stuff going on. So I do want to defend him a bit. It's not like Reece, like just for example, Reece Walsh has 2 players out of this game, right? Okay, so he just picked his 18th man, boom, done. And then he lost a front rower, you know, big forward that runs hard. And he's had Corey Horsburgh in the squad in there for there. He just comes in. So way easier to pick. Like, he's bowling on a flat wicket, old Slater. Like, he's had way less headaches, you know what I mean, and way less what are you going to do, bro? Like, it's just, and sort of thing. And when you win, you don't have to change a whole heap anyway, but when you lose, obviously you got to make alterations to your team and all that sort of stuff. But yeah, so I guess I'll do a full video on this one, guys, going over my picks and try scorers and predictions and all that sort of stuff. This was just more for going over the teams, but at first look, I don't see how New South Wales win. And I'm not even going to say Queensland are going to win. I just don't see how New South Wales can win. I don't know. I don't know what they're doing. I'm confused. So help me out, lads. What's going on? All right, we'll keep this one nice and short, guys. Thank you all so much for watching, guys, and I'll see you on the next one.